The man in apartment 9B. It started with a smell. Not a strong one at first, just a faint, metallic scent that drifted through the hallway of Block C, number 14, on a quiet Tuesday morning. Chica, a 27-year-old nurse, noticed it while leaving for work. She wrinkled her nose and muttered, "Maybe a dead rat." But by Friday, everyone in the building knew something wasn't right. The smell was sharper now, heavier, the kind that clings to the back of your throat. The landlord, Baba Musa, tried to ignore it at first. Rent was due next week, and no one liked trouble before rent. But when Mrs. Grace, the old widow in 9A, started screaming that she couldn't sleep because of ghosts crying through the walls, he finally decided to check apartment 9B. That was where Mr. Collins lived. A quiet man, always wearing a black hoodie, even in the heat. No visitors, no noise, no drama. He paid his rent early and spoke with that cold politeness that made you uneasy. So when Baba Musa knocked that evening and no one answered, he called the police. 2 officers arrived. One young, one older, both sweating under the dim fluorescent light of the hallway. They knocked. No response. They pushed the door open. The air hit them like a wall. Hot, rotten, heavy. The young officer covered his nose and whispered, "Oh God." In the middle of the small room sat a chair, and on that chair was Mr. Collins, or what was left of him. He was tied up with duct tape, hands behind his back, eyes wide open. The smell came from him, but that wasn't the worst part. On the wall behind him, written in shaky red letters, were the words, "When the news broke, neighbors crowded around the building." Some said Collins was into ritual money. Others claimed he had a secret lover who vanished months ago. Chica, the nurse, couldn't sleep for nights. She remembered how Mr. Collins once offered to help her carry her groceries. He'd smiled, a small, forced smile that didn't reach his eyes. The police found no signs of forced entry, no struggle, no fingerprints except his own. And the handwriting on the wall? It matched his. It looked like suicide, except for one strange detail. The handwriting was female. Detective Ife, who took over the case, wasn't convinced. He dug into Collins's background. No family in town, no friends. But there were records, medical ones. Collins had been seeing a psychiatrist for 3 years. His file mentioned a woman named Amara, listed as his psychological partner. When Ife traced her, the address led to an abandoned apartment in Ikeja. The caretaker said no one had lived there in months, but there was a single item left in the empty flat. A cassette recorder. Ife played it. A woman's voice spoke softly. He's finally listening. Detective Ife returned to the unsettling apartment 9B, drawn by the powerful whispers of an unfinished case. The haunting red letters on the wall said, "She made me do it." But it was the broken window latch that stirred deep unease, revealing the presence of another. Forensic tests led to a chilling discovery. Fingerprints belonging to Amara Nwosu, a specter of the past, linked to a deceased woman. As rumors exploded on social media, Ife delved into Collins's psychiatric records, uncovering a relentless voice guiding him. Amara, calm yet cruel, who ultimately led him into darkness. The chilling final note implied a sinister farewell, and when Ife listened to a strange recording, the haunting truth lingered. Amara was never truly gone. Patient claims Amara visited his apartment yesterday in physical form. Says she forgave him, then told him to prepare. The next day, Collins was found dead. Detective Ife sat alone in his office that night, staring at the photo of the wall. "She made me do it." He zoomed in. Something caught his eye. A faint handprint, small, delicate, right under the words. Too small to be Collins. He checked the forensic report again. No mention of it. So he called the lab. But the line crackled. Then a woman's voice answered, soft, calm, and unfamiliar. "Detective Eve, you shouldn't look for me." Static. He froze. "Who is this?" "You already know." The line went dead. The next morning, Ife's desk was empty. His badge, gun, and phone were found in his car parked outside the station. The phone had one new recording. "She made me do it." Till this day, no one knows who or what Amara really was. But every new tenant who moves into apartment 9B says the same thing. At exactly 3:07 a.m., they hear a knock at the door. and a woman's voice whispering, "You shouldn't have opened it." What do you think really happened in 9B? Comment your theory. Subscribe and hit the notification bell icon for the next chapter to know the unveiling truth of Apartment 9B.